So they line up for the start now. Go to the acceleration line, and it's go, go, go. Simon Hunter gets a nice start as they come past us.
Zaloom's got through there as well.
Yes, Zaloom, but is Lane Moore going to stay around the outside? He does, but he has to back in. So it's Simon Hunter followed by Zaloom, then Lane Moore, then Aaron Cunningham into fourth. Fantastic start from him.
Tyrrell's dropped right back there.
And Sean Ray right back as well.
So Hunter's got a little bit of a gap now. Zaloom might hold up Lane Moore if he can't get by.
But this is definitely beneficial for Simon Hunter. Got a good gap at the start. Now that Lane Moore's getting held up by Zach Zaloom, I feel that Simon Hunter's got a good chance at this race.
So coming around, completing that first lap, Hunter leads. Zaloom ahead of Moore, followed by Cunningham, Hart, Tyrrell, Gary Coos, Scott Waters, Aaron DeRitter, Josh King, George Keast and Sean Ray, who will be, who's just gone down the inside there of Keast.
And you can see on the straight, the drivers making little adjustments to the engine. They're just reaching down to the tuning jets, putting more fuel in as the engine gets warmer and warmer. And as the race goes on, this allows the engine to stay cool and stay at its optimum temperature.
Yeah, it seems like these heavier carts, 165 kilos with the driver, they really work those KT100 motors.
So Zach Zaloom not doing too bad here, still sitting in second. But Lane Moore has a little bit of a look as they go into the sweeper. And Lane Moore passes Zach Zaloom at the end of the sweeper. So Lane Moore definitely faster than Zach in this pre-final. But he might just be a little bit too far behind now to catch Simon. They've been pretty even in the heat, so it'll be interesting to see how much pace they both have coming up towards the next couple of laps. So Simon Hunter looking to defend his national title here at the Blenheim Kart Club.
Be interesting to see now if Moore can catch back up. He's cleared himself with Zaloom, and looking at the lap time, he's not going to be able to catch him if he continues at that rate. Hunter's still 2/10 faster in that one, so he's going to have to start working if he wants to catch up.
Brady Till struggling to get past Brendan Hart in the 14 Monaco kart.
Brendan's done a good job in this race. He just needs to stick there, and if he can stay ahead of Tyrrell, it'll be a good drive from him.
Yeah, but they're now getting stacked up behind Aaron Cunningham in the 72 Monaco kart.
Looks like the Kartsport Superstar is holding up Brendan Hart.
I won't say anything there. Top three have definitely pulled away now from this leading pack, followed by Aaron Cunningham, Brendan Hart, Bradley Tyrrell and Gary Coos, the local gun around this track. The sun now definitely pouring out over the circuit.
Gary Coos looks like he's got a bit of pace there, and he's got to work through that group. It looks like Tyrrell's looking down the inside of Cunningham, and he's got him there.
So Cunningham's gone right back. We'll just look at the lap times in this one, see if Lane Moore's actually catching on Simon. So the last lap time for Simon Hunter was a 43.2, Lane Moore 43.2, and Zach Zaloom 43.1. So they're all pretty even at the front, so just pacing each other.
Just gone faster there, so
10th quicker. So maybe his cut's coming on, or maybe that's just the draft playing into his hand there, Richard.
He's certainly improved from that second heat. He really couldn't keep up with those front two, and now he's right on the heels of Moore.
I think that good start from Zach Zaloom got him into a good position where Lane Moore passed him, then he could suck onto Lane Moore, and those top three are now definitely pulling away from the pack.
Hunter looking very relaxed there.
Looks like a bit of a messy group here. 69, that's Brendan Hart leading them through, followed by Bradley Tyrrell, Aaron Cunningham. Aaron Cunningham has a look at Bradley Tyrrell, makes the pass, but he's too deep, and he's going to lose it all. Aaron Cunningham.
He's lost out massively there. He's dropped right back.
That's the harsh thing about motorsport. You make one silly move and you get penalised, don't you?
Well, it's especially in these heavier classes, it's quite hard to slow the kart down. If you got to throw it down the inside, you've got to be able to stop it and stop being what do they call it? The old crisscross.
Yeah, mate. You should know that. You might have to try on Greg Murphy one day.
Yeah, might try the old crisscross on Greg. So Hunter still leads. Times between those front three are pretty much identical on that last lap. Brendan Hart and that group about a second off the pace, so you can see why that gap's really.
I'll tell you who has definitely come through is Aaron DeRitter, so he's finally found some pace in the later stage of this event, so he's up to 6 now. We'll see what he can do for the rest of the race. There's 4 laps to go, so might just be a bit too late to catch the leaders, but hopefully he can get up to 4th or 5th, and that should put him in a good position for the final. So the front three just pacing each other. And we've got the second bunch. And Brady Till's gone in front of Brendan Hart now. So Brady Till's at the front of the second bunch. And it looks like Aaron DeRitter's had the little go there. Gary Cruz is also in there. Nice little battle happening here. But that's allowed Brady Till and Brendan Hart to get away a little bit. That little move from Aaron DeRitter has cost him quite severely. I think he went a bit too early. What do you think, Richard?
Yeah, it's like I say, it's tough in this class because you've got to try and make the moves, and if you don't get right in there and make it stick, it's going to cost. Lane Moore there making a little adjustment to his jetting.
So Brady Till now in 4th position, followed by Brendan Hart. Aaron DeRitter, you see the Enei, nice big chrome visor on his helmet.
Cunningham's dropped right back to 10th spot, yes. So he's obviously put too much emphasis on the heats and going back for the finals. Not good.
So maybe that kart that he's got is probably good for the greasy conditions, but maybe not for this hot and sticky conditions, as the track has changed throughout the day.
Absolutely, although Jabe Stead is his mechanic, so he probably hasn't done anything all day.
I heard Steed speed's not too bad.
So last lap now for Hunter, comfortably sitting there with a 6/10 lead over Moore, circulating almost identical lap times. It's interesting, Bradley Tyrrell hasn't been able to match those guys time-wise. He's sort of half a second off their speed.
And you can see that back bunch has actually caught on to the second bunch that we were referring to later. Aaron DeRitter's been right under pressure, and Sean Ray. So Aaron DeRitter's gone back to 8th. He was as high as a 6th with good kart position. But now the back bunch has caught up to that second bunch, and which has released, however, as you see, Brady Till and Brendan Hart. So Hunter crosses the line.
Comfortable win there. Impressed that Saloom's really stuck onto the back of these guys now. Maybe saving something up for this final.
Yes, I think the Tony Kart boys there will be working very hard to try and get that kart to stick with the likes of Hunter and Moore. 3 different chassis brands in the top 3 for that race, so it's going to be interesting to see whose chassis comes on later on the race and whose chassis comes on early.